So for anyone who is interested in learning more about Mike's background and interested in having him help with your students, do let us know. Check out his work under this URL, IMDb, and here is Mike's experience. Like I said, just amazing work and being Walt Disney's supervising animator. I won't say too much. And Nix, you are an enigma. I don't know how you do it, but it's super impressive. So Nix actually did his bachelor's degree at Yale University and double major, double E and the computer science. I was just in I don't know how you do it. And then even more surprising, after your outstanding work as an engineer from Yale University, then you made a decision to go to Juilliard to study Masters of Music. And now you are an entrepreneur, an educator, as well as a concert pianist. And Nick has conducted over 300 concerts worldwide, and just the accomplishment. Like I said, it's super amazing. I don't know how you do it. So today we will have Mike and Nick to help us answer some very important questions, to share their life stories, and how did they make these important decisions in life? So what we have prepared are a few questions to ask Mike and Nick. And the goal here is to really help our high schoolers and families to think through if they are suitable to study art and music. And if so, how should you build your portfolio and get into the dream colleges and the majors that you want? And of course, for longer term, what are the advice from our experts on what to do in long term? So let me begin today's session by asking Mike and Nick the first question. Who is suitable to study art and music? We have high schoolers range from 9th grade to 12th grade. Some of them are even younger, 7th and 8th. Obviously, they have an interest in art and music, but are they even suitable to take that as a longer term career path? So let me give the floor to Mike first and share your perspective on that. Mike, over to you.
Okay, so who's suitable? Sometimes I think these questions are a little bit simpler than they appear. When you're going to do art, you're going to do animation or some type of two-dimensional art, you're going to be sitting and practicing it for hours and hours every day. Now, are you capable of doing that? Are you capable of sitting and concentrating and focusing? Now, I think I've talked about this with Rebecca and Cindy too, is that we know students can sit and watch YouTube, and we know students can sit and play games for hours and hours, but can they sit and focus on their job for hours and hours? And I think your student, probably your son or daughter, better as good as anyone. Are they suited towards that? Are they a real social person that needs to be up and out? Then maybe it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge for them. So it's a little bit of as your student, can your student, well, of course, it has to be good at homework, but can they sit and literally focus on this? Because this is going to be new. A lot of this is going to be new to them. They're going to be changing the lifestyles, and are they going to be used to this? Are they going to be used to, or can they get used to just sitting for 4, 6, 8, 10 hours a day focusing? And if they can, then that's great. That's absolutely.
The first thing I think you should think about is that you really have to think about compared to others around you, or compared to an average person. For instance, like your schoolmates or your friends. How fast can you learn something or acquire a skill or achieve a certain result in your field? For instance, if you are a pianist, you're going to play the piano, so you would ask, how fast can I learn a piece of music compared to many of my.
Let's go to the next question, very specific and very near and dear to our students' heart is if they are going to apply, how should they prepare for the art portfolio for college application specific? So let's break this into two parts, and I will ask Mike to answer mostly the general art and maybe Nick's on the music. So Mike.
Nowadays, of course, some schools still require kind of the old traditional, paper, pencil, sketchbook type of portfolio. Others, but more and more, of course, are going to digital, and that is that their work is being reflected on their, their own student's website. It could be self-hosted, or it could just be there are lots of portfolio sites available free now as well. Now, you do need to be prepared to actually show your work. That's kind of the little bit of the challenge is look for schools and employees looking at digital work. There's a challenge to understanding, did this person actually do this work? So you should be prepared to actually have the hard copy on the work, the hard copy available. And you said define your own personal style by practicing, not watching. Yeah, so for every little bit of instruction that you see, you should be spending 10 times all that actually practicing.
It also depends on what kind of majors you choose and what kind of schools you choose. There are some general things to think about because for instance, you might prepare recordings of your performance. If you are a composition major, then you probably have to prepare a portfolio for your composition, your works. Then letters of recommendations from important musical figures that will always be nice, and your experience to attend musical festivals, some camps, competitions that will add to your portfolio. That would be very nice because it means that you know what's going on. And usually, because for many of the musical festivals, you have to get in, you have to pass an audition. So for instance, like festivals like Aspen and Tanglewood, if you can get in, that will show that you are already at quite a high level of expertise that will